full of palatals. Hey guys, it is Megan up at Camp Sunshine, and I am hard at work at making dinner for us. Actually, cannot lie, Mr. Tabor has 100% been very, very helpful in this endeavor to get dinner into the oven so that we can eat, because the time is a ticking. Although it is Friday night, and we don't really, I mean, this is like us going out to dinner. But I don't really like the food at any of the local places. So we are making this food. I am making it. And so I thought we'd do this video as another kind of quick meal. But I can't lie, that was a whole bunch of preparation. So I can't say that it's really, really quick, but I'm hoping it'll be delicious because
chanterelles I picked about 2 hours ago.
Yep. So walk them through what you got there.
Onions that I grew. Not very big, but I grew them.
What the hell is that?
That's garlic. That's not, are we out of the garlic I grew?
Oh, yeah. We use that.
And then, what kind of squash is that?
That is acorn squash.
Acorn?
Or butternut squash. Well, I don't know which one it is. It's a squash, right? Yeah. I don't know. Oh, this is fantastic.
Here's some chicken that Megan hunted.
Yeah, so let's talk about the chicken. Let's talk about the chicken just a little bit. So, first off, what I am putting in this, there is salt and pepper. And how much? Okay, so I think this is probably about 2 pounds of chicken. And so I have about 1.5 teaspoons of salt and about 1 teaspoon of finely ground black pepper. And then about 2 tablespoons of sage leaf and about 1 tablespoon of oregano leaf, all ground up. And I'm just kind of gently toss it. It's a little harder when you got the gloves.
It makes it hard to toss.
It does, but eventually it gets there. There we go. Look at that. It's from my years of working in...
Can you make pizzas?
I can't. Oh God, can I make pizzas? All right, so that is gently coated, and I need a little bit more of the sage. Kazam. Okay, I think that you could probably slow down that video and get some really great facial expressions as I was doing that tossing. So anyway, it was too much. I should have tossed before I got on the video. So anyway, this is chicken, locally sourced. That is important to me now. We have found a butcher, struggling tonight, a butcher, where the difference is the chicken tastes like chicken. Like, I even kind of cringe at organic that is from Fred Meyer or wrapped in those cellophane icky stuff. Like this, if I unwrap it, there's no slime, it's just awesome. So I cook big. So I have this very large pot. And the reason I cook both big is I used to cook for big people. My boys are very, very large. Why don't you come around here, honey? We'll show people really quickly what we're doing.
It means I have to get up.
Oh, I know.
Oh.
Okay, so this is chicken. I have cubed it up. I have a very large roasting pan that I have heated olive oil in, and I am now browning up the chicken. Okay, so I'm going to let that sit for a little bit. And come back over here. You can come back to your seat, honey.
You're like a director.
When you have a videographer who doesn't know where the fuck to go, one does need direction, doesn't it, right?
I could say, quit telling me what to do.
Let's go with that. So, anyway. Oh, I want to add a little bit of paprika to this.
A little what?
A little paprika.
Oh.
Fun fact, Mr. Tabor, what did you find out recently? Uh-oh. I think I'm going to have to sneeze, so hold on a second.
Uh-oh.
What did you recently say?
Don't forget the chicken wing. Paprika is just ground up red pepper.
Yep. He was angry to discover this.
I'm not angry. Why can't you just say?
Frustrated.
Why can't you just call it ground up red pepper?
Yeah. So anyway, ground up red pepper does have, rather than yelling, hold on. Ground up red pepper does, paprika, whatever you want to call it. I don't know, don't get feisty with me. Does have medicinal properties. I can't list them. I never can. I think it does help with blood circulation. But I like giving my cooking a kick these days. I used to like it blander, but because I used to have I had a horrible pepper experience. I think I've alluded to it in the past. Maybe I'll leave that for another time. But so I had a great hesitancy towards any pepper spices. Like I really enjoyed the green stuff that when you eat sushi, why can't I say it?
Oh, wasabi.
Wasabi, loved that. But the pepper was like in the back of your throat thing that scares me. So, but I am getting better with it. So, adding a little bit of red pepper to this as well.
You're getting spicy.
And I'm not worried about that, about the chicken cooking, because it is going to go in the oven and it's going to get plenty of time to cook as it's melding with the other flavors. So what we are going to do is we are going to start out with the onions and saute them a little bit until they get softened and translucent in just a minute after the chicken has browned a little bit more. And then we will add in the mushrooms as well, toss those, and at the last minute toss these so that they're all coated in the oil that is now flavored with those things that I put the chicken on. And again, each of those, the sage, the oregano, the last minute paprika, the salt, that's important. We use pink Himalayan salt often, but also we use gray Celtic salts, so sourcing salts that are not over processed and have the valuable nutrients and minerals remaining in them. And actually, fun fact, like different salts can have different flavors, and just like there's different red or black peppers, this one, I keep saying I gotta find out how to do that one. The one we use is delicious.
Star West.
Star West,
Botanicals, yeah.
But the specific grounding that we get is like, so lovely.
Like 30, is it 32, like a fine ground?
Something like that. Okay.
Are you throwing the garlic in the same time with the onions?
I don't because I don't want my garlic cooking too much. Because these things are going to soak up some of the oil in there. I just want it to release and get a little soft before we put it into the oven. The other part of what I am doing with this is I have a big batch of my chicken broth that I finished this week. And so once we get all of these in there, I am going to top it with the chicken broth and pop it in the oven, and it's going to cook for approximately 45 minutes. So that's the plan. And then, because you're not going to be here once that's done, maybe we'll pop back on. But my plan is when it comes out of the oven after baking I think the really dependent one is going to be how soft these get. I think that'll be my timing thing. The chicken will be plenty cooked, and I think these will soften before they even get in the oven. So this, I think, will be what I'm watching. And once I pull it out, my plan is to pull a little bit of the broth that is in there, the liquid, and use a little bit of non-gluten, so gluten-free flour, and make a roux, and that just thickens up the broth. And my plan is to then add a little bit of goat cheese, which kind of can be like a replacement of sour cheese, but it's something that my stomach does okay with.
Sour cream.
What did I say?
Sour cheese.
Right, thank you. Sour cream, sour cream, right?
Yeah.
Or even cream cheese. It's
makes
that kind of
it's creamy, yummy.
sour, bitter, but creaminess. So that's a hack around me doing a cream sauce. Although, fun fact, I do raw milk. That is a dairy that I eat, so I don't really know. I just know some dairies don't agree with me. So now, why don't you come on over here with me, honey? So you got your chicken. Be careful, it's gonna be hot. It's your pipe fitter. Okay. So we'll let those soften up a little bit. This is the lull in the video where you wonder what in the world I'm going to say to you, but I had something I wanted to say, but I can't remember what it was. I think one of the things I would advise people that are trying to begin to learn to cook healthy and make foods that aren't processed is you don't have to start big. Just having a few items can really create a meal. Just make sure you source your protein. As I said, we get our chicken from a local butcher, and we know that they are locally grown and that they are humanely grown and that they were happy and healthy and treated kindly during their time on Earth.
They had friends.
They were good little chickens.
They were, yes.
And it's the same with our beef. I mean, we have
friendly cows.
But we know. I mean, I know about these cows because they literally live in the field next door to me, and I know the man who owns them. He's in my phone as Moo Cow Daddy, and he loves his cows. I mean, he adores his cows. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't really understand why he has cows, but no one is to judge a man with cows. But so I know it's grass-fed, and I know where it comes from. So my advice would be to start there, source those things and then slowly pick away at, like, I was completely overwhelmed with the idea of going organic and doing this healthy thing. I thought I was healthy, but I really wasn't healthy. I mentioned my boys are big. They're here on YouTube. They are at Sheather Training. I think that's what it's called on YouTube.
But they have a podcast too, right?
Yeah, well, the podcast is through that as well.
It's not it's Large Lads.
Yeah, but that's through that as well. I don't know if they've released it onto podcast formats yet. He was talking about doing that, but they are here on YouTube, and they are large, and I cooked largely for them. And as I said, when I started this endeavor, I would look at my shelves of food and think, "There's no way I'm ever going to replace that." And I know that that's something that a lot of people face. So, as I said, start with your proteins and then begin to pick away. There is come along with me, honey. We've begun to soften up. There's a list of like the dirty dozen, foods that are safer to not worry about organic. Although these days, labeling organic is questionable because they're still putting Bill Gates product onto a lot of the organic mass-produced organic stuff, which is why I am feeling very blessed that we live where we live, that we've gotten to know local farmers and places to get things locally sourced. Speaking of locally, as my husband mentioned, these were picked from our own yards just today. We've got quite a bit more that I'm going to put into the what do you call that? The freeze dryer? Dry dehydrator. Dehydrator.
Air dryer.
Huh? Air dryer.
Dehydrator, yeah.
Okay, whatever it's called. And we're learning slowly to grow our own. He mentioned we did already eat all of the garlic, but we've got like 74. And I'm going to try to go get some more.
Love garlic. And
just slowly chipping away. We've had fails and successes, but it is a really good feeling to know that we are beginning to, I think, is it self-sufficient? What's the word you hate? Sustainable?
Yeah.
Okay.
I prefer being self-sufficient.
Oh, okay. I'm allowed to say we are self-sufficient.
But you can say
It
whatever
does
you
not,
want.
like,
I just,
I don't want to say the wrong words.
no,
You
you
know?
say whatever you want.
Oh, okay. But still, cooking in this grand way actually works in our benefit because it allows me to get a couple of meals out of anything that I make. Because, as I mentioned, this did take some preparation. We had to do, the chopping, and thankful he was here. Although most days, once I go for my walk, I love cooking. So I come in here and I put classical music on. Talk about music. I rely heavily on music to dictate how my day goes. And I have a gazillion different playlists that are songs that I have listened to from different periods of my life. And I can go from being in an absolute crappy mood to being in the best mood or the most motivated mood or the most inspired based on the music that I pick and choose. And sometimes I choose poorly and I listen to some fucking stupid dumbass podcast and oh my god, and there's like 69 chapters and I keep listening because I'm committed, and it's like a book that you start reading and you're like, once you're there and you're committed, movies, same thing. So, so yes, listening, that's another thing, that what you put in your body, and music for me is something that I can absolutely, direct my life with. So usually when I am making dinner, I have music on and Sean gets home just for like the finishing parts, which is awesome because what is it? Piper says my love language is food. I think my children can attest to that. I cook for them, that is for damn sure. Okay, so those have started to soften up. I'm gonna add these in. So my next, I might have a video of this one too. I don't drink anymore. Lord knows I drank plenty. I've self-medicated with alcohol for years and years. But my husband still does. And I really want to do a podcast tonight. And so I was going to make him a nice drink because if he's a little tipsy, A, he's more willing to sit down and talk, but B, he makes fun of me more, and the world really likes when he makes fun of me. So we don't have...
At least your kids do.
What, make fun of me?
No, they like when I make fun of you.
Oh my God. The world loves when you make fun of me. So he's usually a whiskey and 7, and we don't have any of that, and we don't even have any Fireball or anything. But we do have is vodka.
It's cheap vodka that
cheap
left.
Vodka if somebody left. So he said, I'm going to make a Bloody Mary. And so we don't have any tomato juice, but we have a lot of tomato sauce, which I bought by mistake because I don't really use tomato sauce. And so and I don't have celery salt, but I've got celery seed and I've got salt. So I am going to take upon myself to make him a really good Bloody Mary. So we'll see how that goes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Come on along with me, honey.
Oh, man.
I know, the up and down of it,
It's just like exercise.
But it's looking yummy,
like
no matter what it turns out like. I mean, how can you not be delish, right?
Need more color in there, like some red peppers or something.
A pop.
Yeah.
So that's where the orange is going to come in.
Oh.
The orange is going to be beautiful. You see, good job. You're learning. Okay, in goes the garlic. Probably would have chopped it up a little bit finer, but nope, it's okay. Nope. I know when you get somebody to help you in the kitchen, you say thank you. I know. So rare that someone helps me. So yes, there's going to be your pops of color.
Look at that. Very vibrant.
Right? That's what I was thinking. Very fall is what I was thinking.
Fall.
And the sage is very autumnal.
Okay.
It is. Fucking Google it, okay?
I believe you. You're the smart one.
Mm-hmm. Okay. This gets flopped in there. There's your color. What is that? That
Bam.
guy. What is he?
Emerald.
Emerald. Yeah. Okay, there's your color. Mm-hmm. Now everything is coated, and I'm gonna come over here.
Oh, jeez.
I know, right?
Know where you're going.
If only I had a
Spice
kid,
track.
right? Oh, shout out to my daughter for this thing. Love this card. I need another one.
Peyton has one of those.
But I definitely like it way better than the plastic one. Plastic? What the fuck was that?
Huh?
Alright. That is 4 cups. And that is 4 cups. So 8 cups. Whoops, we're gonna have to can the rest or jar that up. So, will you hang that? You will. Okay. So that is now going to go in the oven for approximately, I'm going to say 35 minutes because I remembered we put it at 375, and I think the acorn squash or or maybe butternut squash hashtag.
It's the orange stuff.
Well, it looked, no, okay, it's acorn. Butternut squash is green and orange, and it looks, no, that's acorn squash. Oh my God, butternut. It's butternut. Okay. I guess these are the moments that you make fun of me that everybody loves, right? Okay, so you put it on. As I said, you could reduce this down to a reasonable size. I like to cook big. It definitely comes from the size of my kids and getting used to that.
Quantity.
But it's also, it is a lot, so when you make it, you want enough to be able to store and feed and not run out.
It's the things that I make. I like to make big batches like chili or mashed potatoes or potato salad.
Yep. And big Bloody Marys.
Well, we'll see.
Yep. Alright. Did you get a shot of my ass on that one? Okay, so as I said, 375. I'm going to set a timer for 35 minutes and we'll check in on it. In the meantime, I'm going to make Mr. Tabor a really, really good Bloody Mary.
Shazam.
Bam.